Once upon a time, there was a boy called Francesco Forgione who was born in a small town in Italy called Pietrelcina. Francesco was different from the other children, not because he was special in the way that most people think, but because from very small he felt a unique call of God. Although he was like any other child, something shone in him in a very particular way. From very little, Francesco had a profound devotion to Jesus and the Virgin Mary. He spent hours praying and even talked to his guardian angel. Of course, this wasn't something he talked about, but it came to him naturally, as if it were completely common. Once, when he was 5 years old, Francesco had a vision that marked him deeply. He saw a great battle between Jesus and the devil, and even though he was just a boy, he offered to help Jesus defeat evil. That was the first sign that Francesco was destined for a life of service and sacrifice. Despite being so young, he was always pious. He went to church every day and felt sad when he couldn't go, as if something was missing in his day. One day his mother asked him, "Francesco, why are you crying?" He replied, "Because I want to be closer to Jesus." When he turned 15, he decided to become a monk and serve Jesus for the rest of his life. He entered the Capuchin friars, known for their lives of prayer and humility, and took on the name Pio. In honor of Saint Pius V, his life was marked by miracles and supernatural events. God gave him very special gifts, like the ones I'm going to tell you about. One day while Padre Pio prayed, he felt pain in his hands and feet. He had the same wounds that Jesus did on the cross, the marks the nails made in his hands and feet. These are called stigmas, and it hurt very much. Padre Pio understood that he was sharing Jesus' suffering and decided not to complain, but to offer that pain as a sacrifice. Do you know who he offered it up for? For all the people who suffer and those who don't know God. They also say he could be in two places at the same time. This is known as the gift of bilocation. One day, while Padre Pio was at the monastery, he was also mysteriously somewhere else, helping a sick child. Imagine that! Even though it seemed impossible, God did incredible things through him. Padre Pio never showed off his gifts. He always said, "It's Jesus working through me." When someone came to confession, he already knew the sins they carried inside, but he always welcomed them with love and compassion. He told them, "Don't be afraid. God forgives you if you ask for it with a sincere heart." One day, a boy asked him, "Padre Pio, why do you pray the Rosary so much?" He smiled and replied, "Because with every Hail Mary, we take our mother's hand and get closer to heaven." Padre Pio had a very special connection with his guardian angel, who always helped him. One day in the confessional, a man who spoke French was confessing, although Padre Pio didn't know French. Surprisingly, Padre Pio understood him perfectly and could give him forgiveness. When asked how he did it, he said, "My guardian angel, with the help of God, helped me to understand him." Incredible, right? Throughout his life, Padre Pio helped thousands of people, not just with his prayers, but also by building a hospital for the sick, who he called Jesus' jewels. And so, Padre Pio lived his life loving God with all his heart. At the end, when he went to heaven, he left behind an example of sainthood, showing that with faith, anything is possible, including living a happy life despite pain and sacrifice. Now from heaven, he continues taking care of us. If you ever feel alone or lost, you can ask Padre Pio to guide you closer to God, because his greatest wish is to see you together with him in heaven. If you want to learn about the surprising life of another saint, come back tomorrow and we'll tell you another story.